Is it recording or not? There we go. Alright, welcome aboard Cheetah 26297. I've got Mr. Alex Clingan on board, one of my colleagues at work. We just got off work and we came over here to have some fun. Since the time just changed, there's actually some daylight available for us to enjoy. We're about to do our run up here. Clingan, anything you'd like to add to the camera here? Feel free to speak freely, and anything you say that's too embarrassing I won't include.
Yeah, just don't kill me.
Don't kill you. I will do my best not to kill you or myself.
Hope you know, I don't get mad, I get even status.
Got it.
So,
we'll totally remember that. We'll go ahead and do our run up while we're over here, and we'll just start at the start. Our trim is in the takeoff. Our controls are going to be free and correct, so let's just make sure those are, and they feel nice and good. All of our circuit breakers and fuses look good. Our primer is in and locked. We're going to go mixture full rich, and we're going to throttle up to 1800. It's going to get loud for a second. You really got to hold the brakes because this thing is just wanting to go. But really we're just kind of checking the engine RPMs, everything's sounding good, everything's feeling good, you know what I mean? Just kind of visual observations as well as hearing it.
Yep.
We want that mixture full rich, excellent throttles where we need to be. The carb heat's going to come out and we should see a slight drop in RPM, and we did. We should see our cylinder head temperatures going up a little bit, and we do. We'll go ahead and push that back in. All of our lights are where we need them to be. We already tested our fuel pump. We're going to go ahead and test our ammeter, and so we'll be watching this one here.
Yep.
Alternator, there we go, that's the right one. There's two switches, I picked the wrong one. So that one went down. Once we put it back up, basically it's charging the battery again. Great, we're going to test our magnetos, go over to the left. Slight drop in RPM, but it should still sound nice and smooth, and it does. Give it a second here, sounds pretty good. We'll go back to both. And again, sounding nice and good and smooth. Got that increase, we'll go 1, 2 clicks over, test that other magneto. It's also sounding nice and good and strong, and we didn't lose too much RPM. 1, 2 clicks over, back to both. And that should be sounding nice and good to me, and it is. We're going to pull our throttle all the way out here and make sure that she keeps running, because that's always good. While she's doing that, I agree with this, I agree with this, I agree that's where we are. We're not going up and down, and we're going to set that when we need to. Turn coordinator is good as well. And we'll just make sure we didn't forget anything. Let's bump this power up a little bit here. So we did throttle, oil, pressure, mixture, avionics, master, fuel, computer, transponder, brakes. And now we'll do our run up. We did trims, flaps, fuel selector, primer. Actually, we didn't do our fuel selector, so let's switch that back over. Excellent. And primer is in and locked. Mixture went full rich, throttle was up, carb heat was checked, ammeter was checked, instruments and suction all looked good the whole time. The magnetos are both checked, the throttle was idled out. Now we're back through where we need to be. All of our flight instruments look good. We're going ahead and do our before takeoff. All of our lights are on. Our transponder is set alt 1200. There we go. And we want our fuel pump to be on, so we'll do that. Excellent. Make sure nobody else is coming before we go, and nobody else is coming. Go ahead and pull on out.
Wondering why we weren't getting high fuel pressure in the carbureted motor.
Yeah, it's a carburetor, for sure. You got to give it some juice if you wants to get some juice.
Go fast?
That's right, man.
Gotta go fast.
I want to go fast, too. We're about to go fast. Wait till you feel the horsepower of this thing taking us off on the runway. It'll get sucked back into your seat. Maybe ever so slightly.
Or not at all.
Or not at all. That's a possibility as well. So we want to go to tower 12725. It's over switch there. I'm going to go ahead and start my GPS recording device there. And we should be all set. Executive Tower, Cheetah 297, holding short 17, ready for departure VFR to the south.
Cheetah 297 is 8 tower, runway 17, on course, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff on 17, Cheetah 297. Alright, and we'll just make sure nobody else is coming. We already did both of our checklists, just the final thing, alt, fuel pump on, mixture full rich, excellent. Alright, Clingan, this is an air vent. If you pull this out, some air will be coming out of here if you get warm, just as a heads up. I kind of have mine blasting full already.
Right.
But feel free to do whatever makes you comfortable. Thing's nice as in and locked. Sweet, let's do it. Runway 17. That's the right number, I think. Add some power here, get on that center line. Check all those instruments, look good. Everything's sounding good, smelling good. Looks great. Airspeed is alive. Here we go, looking for that rotate speed. There it is. Get it up to about 80 here before we start climbing off. There we go, dude, let's get out of here.
First time I've been in a plane this small.
Yeah, it's a little different. Ever been a go-kart in the sky?
This isn't exactly what I would call a go-kart.
A little smaller than a go-kart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a golf cart.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking small, I agree. Thousand feet above the ground now. I'm going to make a left turn on course. We're going to head south down to Ennis. Burning 12 gallons an hour right now.
I thought my car got bad gas mileage.
These things are guzzlers, dude. Once we get level and cruising, it'll really drop down, but...
Kind of lean it out.
Yeah, we will. Kind of during takeoff and climb, you really give mixture full rich to make sure you're not going to have any trouble like that, but you're absolutely right. Once you get to what you're doing, you lean it out. Pretty sweet stadium over here to the left. I'm going to lean it over so you can see it.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we're right about where we want to be as far as altitude goes. I'm going to pull some power out. I'm going to lean out. The engine might lose a little power for a second. There we go. Lean it back in. And we're going to nose down. We don't want to climb too much because we're still underneath that Bravo airspace for the time being. But that's it. We're already down to 7 gallons an hour. Climbing is kind of hard on the old girl.
Right.
But that's kind of it. We can kind of keep an eye on this ADS-B. Zoom out a little bit. There we go. This thing will show us any other planes that also have ADS-B. How high they are and if they're going to kill us.
Let's hope we not get to the latter.
Yeah, me too. Really, I'm just kind of visually looking outside for any traffic more so than this thing. In the year 2020, all airplanes in the Bravo airspace will need to have this, and so this will be a really sweet tool. Right now, not everyone has it.
Right.
But still pretty sweet. We're cooking about 115 miles an hour right now. So this is knots, which is 100 knots is 115 miles an hour. So
all right.
To give you kind of a idea, even though it doesn't look like we're going very fast.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah, we're
I feel
jamming.
like I could walk faster.
Yeah, exactly. And we're jamming pretty good.
I feel like I've driven faster than.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, yes, we're going fast, but if you don't feel like you're going fast, are you going fast?
No.
Yeah, my answer is no as well.
Exactly.
We'll go fast once we are able to climb out. So these kind of green lines are different levels of airspace that are above us, and so now we need to stay underneath them until we kind of get outside of them. Once we're outside of them, we can climb up. You still need to kind of be practical about it, though. We have to understand that we're in a very busy airspace, and so I wouldn't just go climbing 12,000 feet once you're outside of Bravo, but you can make good judgment about it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And like this kind of wheel I keep spinning, basically if I spin it forward, the plane wants to go down like that. And if I spin it back, the plane wants to go kind of up like that.
Right.
And so you just want to try and keep it nice and level. And if at any point you're feeling any motion sickness, just let me know. We can crack this open and get some fresh air, and it really helps. And we can also just land. We're like 12 seconds from another airport.
All right.
But the first few times I flew, I definitely had some motion sickness, so nothing that I got sick about, just uncomfortable, you know.
Yep. far is it a flight from where we took off from to Ennis?
It's maybe 20 or so miles, but I think last report I saw, it was only supposed to take us 16 minutes. See this plane right in front of us? And see, he is on ADS-B. So it's hard to see, but kind of have him right there tracking to the right. About the same level as us.
No, I don't got him.
He's at your 1 o'clock, heading towards your 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay, I see him.
Okay.
A little reflection right over there.
He's a jet, and he's kind of hauling. Same level as us, straight out.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yep, and so on this thing, you see that 0.3 green blip?
Yeah.
This is him.
That's how far he is?
Yeah, so he is 300 feet below us.
Okay.
But that's kind of what I mean, right? There's nobody controlling this space. We, as pilots, are responsible for our own safety. So he should be watching this. He should be looking out as well. I need to be looking out. I need to be watching that to make sure we don't have any accidents.
Right.
And off he goes into the sunset. Goodbye, friend. In your much more expensive plane. Like the Civic, we're in the Civic, and that was like a Porsche that went by.
Oy. Captain Douche Nozzle status.
Oh, we're not a Prius though, dude. Could be a Prius.
Oh, obviously not. We're burning 7 gallons.
We're nowhere near Prius status, man.
Nobody wants a Prius.
No, even Prius owners are regretful. Alright, dude, mine is freezing me. I'm gonna close mine up here.
Yeah, it's getting a little chilly up here.
And it's pretty smooth up here. When me and Alan took our flight, God, it was so bumpy, dude. We were just like, but like as soon as we were able to climb up, it got smooth.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was brutal.
I'm pretty sure I would be full panic mode if we were just bouncing up and down.
Yeah, even I'm like, dude, because I don't know if you've been on a free fall ride before, your stomach just goes into your throat, you know? It's like that, but like every like 10 seconds, you just feel that for a second. Like, oh God.
No, I'm good. I don't need any of that.
Even I don't like to fly like that, but you don't get to pick, you know?
Right.
Basically, if it's really windy out, there's a good chance that might happen. But today wasn't bad at all. It was nice on the ground.
Damn microphone keeps falling away from my face.
Yeah, the rentals aren't so desirable, but...
Why they're rentals?
Yeah. Most pilots I see are like, oh, here, I'll use the rental and you can use the nice one since you're my guest. I'm not like that. And we're just about outside of this green shelf. Once we are, we'll go ahead and climb up a little bit.
Alright.
So like this jet that's leaving that trail way out in front of us,
yep.
He like passed over us as we were taking off. And you can see, dude, he is gone. Like, not even close.
Straight Holland.
Yeah. He is leaving our poor little cheetah in the dust.
Thing isn't very aptly named, is it?
I mean, I like the name.
I didn't say it was a bad name. It just
Yeah. No, it's the butt of many jokes. The cheetah. Sure, buddy. Alright, so I'm going to give us some mixture rich here. I'm going to throttle back a little bit and power us up. We're going to start a good climb up for a second until we lose some of that airspeed, which we're quickly doing. And we'll just let the nose come down a little bit. Stable us out at 80. There we go. Now we're back in climb mode, burning all them gallonses.
Gotta love hurting the environment.
Oh, absolutely.
What makes me thankful for Priuses.
Someone can save the planet.
I can burn all the gas that they don't use.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's kind of not moving around as much as it was.
Yeah, we're going much slower through the air, so that might be part of it, but Yeah, you never know, like different layers, all of a sudden it'll become smooth or all of a sudden it'll become bumpy. Normally once you get a little higher, it gets a little smoother.
Right.
And let's see, what is NS? 122.9. I'm going to go ahead and switch the frequency here. 22.9. That way we can get any traffic that's in the area. There's like 5 airports that use the same frequency, all within like 50 miles, so you'll hear some rando stuff, but it's not actually for this airport, Fox 41, which is we're going to.
RV4 short. Tops traffic, 72 pops, left base, 13 Thompson. 14
right
miles
on cue, huh?
east for left base entry, runway 17, full stop, gate flow.
Manzac County traffic system 37 Mike.
What a traffic, TPM 12 Victor, left down.
A little bumpiness.
32,
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. Oh, no, you won't miss it, that's for sure.
Tops traffic,
Let's go ahead and do some landings here, Dennis. You want to do a stall or no stalls?
No, please God, don't
Okay.
stall.
Nah, we don't have to if you don't want to.
What a traffic, can you hear me?
I don't want to lose
Field traffic,
it.
65, 7 miles.
No, they're not really,
Down, 2000, the deal.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's very gentle. There's no abrupt movements. You basically kind of go up until the plane can't support itself and it just gently loses the nose down.
Traffic, TPM 12 Victor.
We'll do a little 0G on the way back. We won't do a stall, but we'll do a 0G. We'll do it on the way back, that way in case you don't feel good we're about to land anyway.
Alright.
Runway 16.
There's that drag strip out there.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to go out there.
Yeah, have you?
No, I haven't gone out there, but I've been wanting to go out there.
Oh, well, let's go out there. Looking for any traffic.
I passed by it.
Oh, we're about to pass right by it.
Clay, what a traffic, did you copy?
You could probably land this
sir, I
thing
don't
on
know
there.
what you're saying.
We probably could if we wanted to. Might get in trouble though.
I was just checking out from my radio, so I wondered if you can hear me. You're 3x5, sir, traffic.
And so that's Ennis Airport out there.
Right.
Thanks, sir.
Well, this is where me and Rico were when he's like, "There's another one right there." I'm like, "That's a dress." He's like, "Sons of bitches." It's like literally the exact spot. But we're pretty much idled out right now. We're just gliding down.
Right.
Gliding at a pretty brisk pace, but.
Is that any better?
A little bit, like 15.
Traffic, TPM South Victor, 2 mile left base, 32, by the way.
Traffic, helicopter 3, 2 Alpha Mike, 5 miles northeast. I'll be passing north of the airfield, from the southeast, and northwest, 1,500 feet. Can't traffic.
It's a cool view of that lake out there with the sun shining off it.
Oh yeah.
Out that way.
That way.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody testing out there.
I was gonna say, man, looks pretty empty today.
745 golf, 7 miles north, 2,500, inbound landing, Marlin.
Ears might pop a bit since we're.
Manzac County
Ascending,
traffic
but-
system 37
yeah, I'm
Mike
already
Mike,
there.
left base
Okay, well, you know how to pop your nose? Or pop your ears, I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
I got
sweet.
it.
Some people are not quite as aware. That's a nice looking drag strip, dude.
It is. Full NHRA sanction.
I
Gotta
bet
be
it is,
nice.
dude. I bet it is NRA sanctioned. What do we want to do? We want to lean it this way, which means I want to rudder that way. There we go. Yeah, so basically I'm leaning the plane to the right, and my rudder is what's keeping us kind of flying in a correct orientation.
County traffic system
Just so you can kind of like look out to the side more.
Yeah.
Get some good pictures if you want. No pressure.
Right base. Thompson traffic, 72 pops, going to be entering a left downwind for 13, Thompson. Alpha 6A Bravo Charlie, 2 miles east of transitioning. East-west, got the downwind traffic inside.
Focus, damn you.
Yeah, I got you inside.
Canton traffic, helicopter 382 Alpha Mike is 3 miles north of the airfield. Passing from the
let go of this
southeast
rudder?
northwest, 1,500 feet.
Oh, God.
There's a dragster view for you.
Yeah,
There it is, straight down, buddy.
yeah, we're good.
We're rolling out, don't worry.
All right.
A little bit of G's.
Traffic Skyhawk 01 uniform on final, runway 16.
I'm really glad I didn't become a fighter pilot.
Traffic cut, 2 pops going to be turned left.
That was like 0, or maybe 1.5 G. Like not even another G.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make a radio call here. And it's traffic 2 miles to the west, coming in for a right downwind on 15. And it's traffic. Let's go ahead and get trimmed out here. There we go. We don't need to be cooking with so much gas right this second. Mixture full rich. We'll leave that carb fuel pump still on. Alright, and let me see. Ennis doesn't have that. It does. Run 5 right. Man, I'm the best pilot.
Golf, long final, 17 full stop, Marlin.
Tops traffic cut 72 pop, be turning final 13, touch and go. Thompson.
I don't think I heard him get back to you.
Nobody's here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just us. So these uncontrolled airports, there's no radio tower. You are literally just broadcasting out to the open air. Anybody else who's using this airport should be on the same channel. And that's kind of the idea. And it's traffic, Cheetah 297 entering a right downwind for 15, touch and go, and it's traffic. Let's do that. We're mixture full rich already. We need to get in the wide arc. I'm going to drop those flaps down. And we're going to enter this downwind here.
Transmit, copy traffic, Cessna 37 Mike, left downwind 17, touch and go.
Is there airspeed we're looking for? Where's that runway at? There it is. Let's move out this way a little bit more. And it's traffic, Cheetah 297, turning right base, 15, touch and go, and it's traffic.
God.
Gonna make kind of a sharp turn here, so hold on to those quesadillas. Oh man, we're super high. Dropping power. Adding some rudder. And it's traffic, 297, short final, 15, touch and go, and it's traffic. We're not gonna land on this one. We're just gonna do a low flyby because we came in too high. Extra full rich. Get that full power going. Flaps coming up.
Up to 382 Alpha Mike, 4 miles to the east. Inbound for landing room 17. Be entering left downwind in room 17 for south ramp. Vanta.
See all these fishermen out here, dude? I bet they're happy to see us.
Looks like the old Sycamore Airport we used to go out of.
This is about that size, yeah.
Good Lord.
Not very.
Van Zandt County traffic, Cessna 37 Mike, final 17, touch and go.
Come on, baby, climb up. We got things to do. There we go. And it's traffic, 297, entering a right downwind for 15, and it's traffic. Some dude in some like four-wheeler on that driveway?
I mean, you're in the part of the country to do it.
That's true. We are quite a ways from the city. I can barely see it from here.
Big ass houses though.
Fuck yeah, dude. More my price too.
They're a little out of my range.
Yeah, still outside of my range too, which is why I still live in an apartment in the city. Yay.
Yeah.
Hillsborough traffic, Skyhawk 01 uniform, standing right base, runway 16, full stop, Hillsborough.
Traffic helicopter 382 Alpha Mike, 2 miles to the east, entering left downwind, room 17. Vanta.
And it's traffic, 297 on a right downwind 15, and it's traffic.
Oh, so these are all the people in the area that are basically telling you.
At these other airports, right. really all I'm listening for is somebody else to say Ennis traffic. That's what they should start off with. I haven't heard anybody say that yet.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's just us.
Helicopter 321 from Mike left base, runway 17.
Alright, flaps are coming down. We'll do a touch and go this time. Hopefully we'll do it better enough so we can actually touch down. Alright, flaps are all the way down. That sounds like a demon on the radio. That's what happens when two people try and talk at the same time. Ennis traffic, 297, turning right base, 15, touch and go, Ennis traffic.
Yeah, two-way radios usually.
Yeah, it's primitive as can be.
Van Zandt County traffic, helicopter 382 off of my turn and final, Rome 17. That's fixed wing traffic and departure on Rome 17. We'll sidestep to the east side. Van Zandt.
Here we go, this is looking better already. Ennis traffic, 297, short final, 15, touch and go, Ennis traffic. And so, I'm kind of drawing like this imaginary line between us and that runway, and really I'm aiming for like right before those numbers. But I also want to keep my airspeed above 70, and so, kind of have to judge it. Flaps all the way down, mixture full, rich fuel pump is on, excellent. There we go, we'll make it.
I hope so.
There we go. There it is. Get those flaps coming up. Those flaps are all the way up. We got old full power here. Hold that rudder. She wants to move around. There's the speed we want. Let's get it off the ground. Flaps are all the way up. Excellent. There's our 80 airspeed. Let's climb out of here. Yeehaw!
Takeoff is by far my most hated thing.
You don't like that?
Of flying.
What about it?
I don't know, man. I just, it's not one of my favorite things.
I mean, I would say that's very natural, right? I think the human body's like, and then you're like, I'm in the air, what can I do?
They can't let me out now.
Yeah, exactly.
They could, but they just give you a parachute.
Yeah, parachute ain't gonna do much from this altitude. It'll just cover the body. Cover the crime scene up.
Highway traffic, Skyline 965 is midfield overhead, winner left downwind for runway 9. Bill, is your plan to use 27 or 9?
I don't know, dude, whichever I feel like.
How about you, Calvin? You got yours on, Calvin? Yeah, hey, now, this is Troy. Hey, where you located at?
Alright, I had enough hillbilly chat.
Where are you, Daryl?
Bob Sherman right now.
You called the Skeeter?
Wendell, I don't know if he's got out of
Oh wait, are there people trying to use these channels for actual aviation related? Alright. I was gonna try and make a call saying, hey, we're departing the area, but...
Yeah, 90 people talking at the same time. Maybe shouldn't have Bob and Daryl's excellent podcast on the same channel.
Daryl!
Hey, Daryl!
On today's podcast, we're talking about bass fishing.
Bass fishing and NASCAR. Tune in tomorrow where we talk about drag racing.
NASCAR drag racing.
Not the ones that blow up.
Oh, funny cars, yeah. I never seen a funny car not blow up. So I'm pretty sure the goal of the race to see who can blow up the best. Let's see here, where do we want to go? Let's go to Lancaster. There we go. According to this magical purple line, Lancaster's this way. My navigation skills are composed of pressing this button and following this purple line. So during our training, you have to do something called a steep turn. And so we will do one of these to demonstrate. Basically, you want to kind of look out, make sure there's nobody to the left, nobody to the right, check the ADS speed, there's nobody out there. We're going to enter a bank to the right-hand side and a little bit of power, and then the goal is to bank it at 45 and not let the plane drop down like that. And so I'm basically keeping my eyes outside, trying to keep the motor mount kind of in the same spot on the horizon.
Right.
And that's how you can avoid letting the plane fall.
Keep the center of the,
yep.
center of the propeller on the
But you're also trying to watch that you stay at a 45-degree angle. You want to make sure you're not going up and down in altitude, and you need to make sure that your speed is maintaining the same as well. And so, while it's pretty easy to do a turn, like we have just completed like that, like I did it, and all these things were exactly where they needed to be. When I was a student, none of these things were where they needed to be. So I would turn and I would start diving, and then I would be climbing out, and then my speed would drop way down, so I'd have to push down and get more speed. So, whatever they taught me, it must have done something.
Must have done something right.
That's right.
All that money.
All that learning, doing me good. Let's see, Lancaster is 122.7, so we'll stick to that. Ah, man. What are we doing here? This is going to be a 1-3 left traffic.
Oh, got a thingy on the thingy.
What? Oh, we do have a thingy. Good call, Clingan. He's pretty far ahead of us, but we are heading towards him. He's about 1,000 feet above us, and he should be heading that direction. I'm not seeing him yet. I do have this set to 6 miles out, so he's probably about 4 miles out, which is probably why we can't see him yet. I just like to have a bigger picture, and I can always zoom in. I see him, he's out there. He's like a fucking speck in the sky, though.
Oh, well, your eyes are better than mine, then.
I mean, you get kind of used to looking for nothing. Take it down there a second, dude. Dang, burn up all my fuels. It's like we were cruising in 4th. I'm like, why aren't we cruising 5th, dude, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But there's no gears.
All one speed.
That's right. Fast.
Fast? Well, kind of.
Kinda. Relatively. I'm gonna make a call here. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 2907, 4 miles to the south. Gonna cross midfield, enter a left downwind for 1-3, Lancaster. I forget my numbers sometimes.
Want another unmanned?
Yep, that's right. This one is a much nicer unmanned, however.
Alright.
This is gonna be your Sycamore Special.
Old Sycamore Special.
Yeah. This is the airport I probably have used the most besides my home airport, and just because it's so close. We do a lot of practice out here, touch and goes, and just different things like that. I'm on the right frequency, LNC 1227, that looks right. And so there's kind of different ways you're supposed to approach a runway. Since we're on the south side and we want to be on the opposite side of the runway, you're supposed to cross over midfield, and you kind of announce that in case anybody else is around the area, but I don't know. Like I said, flying the plane is actually really easy and intuitive, but just kind of knowing all the regulations and the airspaces and procedures is the tricky part.
Right.
What, LNC is 500 feet, so we're about where we want to be.
It just seems like a lot of playing with sticks and knobs.
Yeah, like when you first see this, you're like, oh god! But it's like, I don't ever mess with any of these, because these are all circuit breakers. And so they'll pop out if the circuit goes. And in which case, we won't touch it anyway. We'll just take it plane back, assuming everything's flying properly. Let me announce something real quick. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297, about to cross midfield, enter a left downwind for 13, touch and go, Lancaster. And it's kind of like these, you turn them on. This is, you know, throttle. You're same as a gas pedal, but I don't know. You'd be surprised how much is more familiar than you might expect.
I'm sure it might be.
Yeah, it's just, you know, everything's so intimidating at first. Like, I didn't want to touch anything when I first got in a plane, you know? And now it's like, what does this do? I don't know. Push it. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297 over midfield, entering a left downwind for 13, touch and go, Lancaster. Southwest just took off on Love there. He's already beaten us in speed and altitude. Because reasons. Let me go, extra full bridge.
So he challenged us to a drag race and we just lost?
We would lose so bad. We would lose to a 737 if it was only using one of its engines. Alright, flaps are going to come down. Mixture full rich, fuel pump on. Excellent. Don't need that. Flaps are all the way down. Wonderful, wonderful. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297, turning left base 13. Touch and go, Lancaster. Bonanzas around. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297, short final 13, touch and go, Lancaster. And so that aviation museum me and Rico and Devin went to is right there. And that's that huge plane that's in that video.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't expect it to be there. We were just landing here to stop and we saw all these people out there, and so we just walked over and see what was going on. And they were doing some museum thing, dude. It's pretty sweet. Oh, jeez. Textbook. That's the stall horn. Not the explosive sound, don't worry. Flaps are all the way up. Holding that wheelie. Add some power. Stay on that center line. Add more power.
We need to hold out the American flag while we're...
We really should be, yeah. You weren't. I thought you were on that.
Oh. You didn't tell me that was navigator's job.
Oh, my bad. Here, we'll have some fun. This is kind of how you can see how fast you're going. Ready? 3, 2, 1, blast off! And then nose down. Whoa!
Oh god! Oh god! Oh, son of a... Alright, I didn't lose my lunch.
You didn't lose your cookies, dude.
We're good.
Oh, do another touch and go, or whatevs?
Whatevs, man.
Alright, dude. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297 off 13, gonna re-enter a left downwind for 13, Lancaster traffic. The American way. We'll do one more and then we'll head back here.
Wait, one more of the...
Touch and goes, we won't do a steep one.
Let's not do that one again.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel my lunch again.
Yeah. Well, if you're feeling nauseous at all, I really encourage you to use the air. It really does help.
Oh no, there's no nauseousness. It's just a case of I don't want to feel it move again.
Got it, got it. Quesadilla strikes back.
Sounds like a terrible movie.
It does. Make sure full rich fuel pump is on. Excellent here. We'll lose a little bit of power. And this time we'll do what's called a short field landing. There's nothing really spicy about it other than we're going to try and stop quickly once we get down to the runway. So that's going to come out. This little white arc in this little picture means we can bring our flaps down once you get in that speed. So we're well within the white arc. I'm dropping those flaps down. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297, turning left base for 13. This is going to be a touch and go, Lancaster. And then sometimes you're just like, a derp or derp on the radio. Herp and derp. Over. Bump on. Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297, turning final, 13. Touch and go, Lancaster. And so again, I'm going to kind of draw that imaginary line in my head, and this time I'm going to again try and stop close to the numbers. At Ennis, it's because the runway is really short, and I want to live. Here, it's because I want to stop short, and then we can take off again without having to go back around.
So you're going to try to solid it tonight?
Yeah, we're going to try and get it really close to the numbers here. We're going to float a little bit past it, but it shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Get it ready. Excellent. And then get those flaps coming up, get on those brakes. And so, I'm not very hard on the brakes. You can skid them basically if you want, but I don't want to abuse the plane.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Like what happened to that guy, dude? He skid for like... So, you can kind of look at the available evidence, right? There's a taxiway delta right here. This guy comes to a complete skidding stop, probably so he can make that turn, right?
Probably.
You should have just gone down, bro, but no, he like ruined his tire here.
Full on lockup.
So here we go, we're gonna add full power. We're not gonna move yet. Part of a short field is you kind of want to make sure everything's sounding good, looking good, running good, everything sounds great. Let go of those brakes. Use your rudder to stay on the center line, keep that power held in. Instruments are looking good, airspeed is coming to life. Then as soon as we get that 60, we're going to want to pop off the ground like that. Hold that 70, hold that 70, hold that 70. Once we're about 100 feet off the ground or so, then you can level it down, try and get 80. And there it is, normal climb out. So that's what you would do in like a short field situation. If you were on a really small runway, you would stop and do full power takeoff and try and climb out as soon as you can. We've got enough space to do like 4 of those on this giant runway, but it's still good practice.
Yeah.
Parker County, traffic Cardinal, Sit Bravo Alpha, turning left down, wind 17, Parker County.
Lancaster traffic, Cheetah 297 off of 13. We're going to depart to the south and then out to the west. Final call, Lancaster traffic.
Everything sounds so official.
Yeah, it does sound cool. So like you'll listen to the radios while you're flying, and you'll keep flying, you'll keep listening, and then your instructors will be like, all right, you ready to take the radios? You're like, yes. And he's like, all right, go ahead and make your first call. And you hit that button and you go,
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah. We put a question mark on the teleprompter.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Yeah.
And Parker County,
12725, 12725.
Bravo Alpha is on final 17, Parker County.
That's out. So now we're back on our home airport frequency, and this kind of dotted green line in here, we need to get permission to enter that airspace before we get to that dotted green line, or else you can get in serious trouble.
Is that the Bravo airspace thing that you were talking
The
about?
Bravo is actually the solid line, but it's actually above us, so we're going to be going underneath it.
That Love Field then?
Love is going to be right up here, appearing in just a second. We're at Lancaster, which is this one. That's Dallas Executive, which is where we're going to be going to. Go ahead and nose down and get rid of some of that.
Oh, so because that's in...
Yeah, here, I'll show you. So, just zooming out more, right? That's Dallas Love Field, KDAL. We're KRBD. So I'm going to zoom in real quick. So now we're a little bit closer. So Dallas Love Field is just a little bit higher, and we're right there. We're all underneath Bravo, and then kind of this inner circle way up by Dallas, this is within it. Like it goes down to the floor there, but we're not going to do any of that. Anyway, I'm going to make a radio call 12725, that looks right, 12725. Executive Tower, Cheetah 297, about 10 miles out to the southeast. We'd like to come in and make a full stop.
Cheetah 297, all right, sir. Enter left downwind, runway 17, and report turning left base.
Left downwind 17, report left base, Cheetah 297. And so, let's see, 17 is going this way. He wants me to enter a left base, okay. So we're kind of on the orientation we need to be on.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't know what the hell any of that means,
yeah.
But okay.
So they number the runways based on the compass. So if it's runway 17, it's heading 170.
That's off your waypoint?
I don't know why you keep using the word waypoint.
No, it's just one of those things.
Sure. No, so like north is 360, right? And so if a runway was heading directly north, that runway would be numbered 36. So this runway is 17 because it's heading 170. And so if I've never been to this airport before and some Yahoo comes on the radio and says runway 17, I just turn this little thing to 17 and now I know what it's supposed to look like compared to mine.
Oh, okay, so...
And I'm going to enter a left turn in order to land on 17, so I know I have to come at it from this side.
Around.
Exactly.
Okay. Right.
And so he only said 2 things, right? But it's painting this whole picture in my head of what I need to do.
Got it.
And so yeah, some really smart dudes like figured all out before they ever let us up here, right?
People with much bigger foreheads than us.
Yes, exactly. Every 30 minutes this message goes off and it says switch your fuel tanks. This little knob literally says get gas from that wing or get gas from that wing. Very complex. Top of the line, dude.
Top of the line.
Top of the line, bruh.
Nailed it.
Yeah, and so it's like, what's one of the troubleshooting steps if your engine's having trouble?
Switch the gas.
I want gas from the other side. Did that fix it? Nope, do something else. Okay.
Does that tank say E? Yes. Switch it to the
Switch
other
it.
one.
Dude, you are ready to be a pilot, man. You have got it all figured out. Pretty nice sunset.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we want to be about 1,000 feet above the runway, and I think this runway is about 700 and something feet, so we're pretty close to where we need to be. Go ahead and slow down, enter a left downwind here. And we're going to go through our before landing procedures. We're going to go mixture full rich. We're going to go fuel pump on there. Excellent. And he said to report turning left base, so we will. That's kind of where we need to be. As far as that goes. Get that trim nice and adjusted. We're within the white arc, so I'm going to drop these flaps back down, and there they go. Executive Tower, Cheetah 297, turning base 17. We'd like a full stop.
Cheetah 297, clear to land runway 17.
Clear to land on 17 for 297. Flaps are all the way down, speed is where we need it to be, altitude is looking good. Excellent, fuel pump, mixture full rich, excellent. You'll notice I go over the same things a few times, but
yep.
Kind of safety and kind of habit. And so, to the right of the runway you'll see 4 white lights. White means you're too high, red means you're too low. And you'll kind of see as we get close to the runway, it's going to start going from white to red because it knows that we're getting too low. Those lights were designed for us to land on those 1,000 footers, which is the first set of big white blocks down the runway. We're not going to land that far, and so you're going to see that these are going to start to turn red sooner than you would probably like. But it's because we're not actually going for those 1,000 footers.
Yeah, all right.
So there we go, 2 red, 3 red, 4 red. This thing thinks we're about to be murdered. And so we'll be fine now, as we can see. Oh yeah, that's it. Get those flaps coming up, and we'll try and make Alpha 4 here. We won't be skidding to a stop, however. Like Lancaster guy.
Yeah.
That guy had to go bad.
Executive Tower, Cessna 1235, go 15 miles southeast. Good luck, transition to the west toward Arlington.
Cheetah 297, in taxi, go ahead and contact ground control. He's got a jet taxi out.
Contact ground 297. What is ground? 119475.
November 35 Golf is active target.
Southeast departure with India rated taxi.
87 Golf, give way to company traffic. He's off at Alpha 4 coming in Ambassador, then taxi to 17 via Alpha.
Taxi to 17 via Alpha, give way to company traffic at Alpha 4, 87 Golf.
Picking up ground, Cheetah 297 off the active, like to taxi to parking in front of Ambassador.
Number 26297, exact ground taxi to Park via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha to parking 297. So normally it's not very busy and the tower just tells you to go parking, whatever, blah, but he was getting another call and so he said just switch over to ground. And so when I cross the runway threshold, I do not want to be taxiing around without getting permission from ground, so that's why we kind of stopped.
Winds are calm. If you'd like 3-1, it's shorter taxi.
Okay, we'll do 3-1, 87 Golf.
This red plane right
Golf, 3-1, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha, 87 Golf.
He's going to go down to 3-1.
You wait to your buddy coming out of Ambassador. He's going to go out to 3-1.
297, I've got my buddy in sight.
Are you talking about the fuel guy?
Nope, red plane.
Oh, red plane.
Yep, that plane is owned by our school, that's why he called him my buddy.
Oh, okay.
So we're both using Misha's airplane right now. And I just said my buddy because he said my buddy and I thought it'd be funny. This is a Robinson. It might be an R-44 or an R-66. Helicopter, very cool. So we're just keeping an eye out. I'd hate to have an accident once we're on the ground. Not that I'd rather have one in the air, I guess, but...
Yeah, I was about to say, if you choose to have one somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's just like really embarrassing. What happened, dude? I was on the ground. I chopped some dude up with my propeller. Alright. Toughest part about flying.
Parking?
Yeah, it's not that bad. Until you botch it up a few times.
People still botch up.
Yeah, can't park a car, right? How can you do the airplane, dude? That ought to do it. So our radios are going to die here.